Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and we're back out here in the garage for I guess what's going to be a behind the scenes video, because right now, I don't know if you can tell, I am very frustrated. Oh my gosh, I'm frustrated. I reserve Fridays during the summer for gun vaulting, where I make videos and content and try to catch up on other stuff that I can't do throughout the week because I'm working, teaching a bunch. And today I have been trying to focus on getting through the huge stack of products that I have to review. I have, 3 optics. I have a slide for a Glock Gen 4, which we'll talk about. And man, I got right like sights for an AR. I have so many product reviews. It's kind of like backing up, and I don't do the product reviews, and I don't always prioritize them because obviously they don't get as many views. You guys care more about the guns, which I understand. But I don't want to have companies waiting. So I decided to just kind of focus on things. And I tried to kill 2 birds with 1 stone today. And we're not supposed to release the name of the company and exactly what it is, but I can give you generalities. But as you can see, I have my wife's Glock Gen 4 19 out here. Now, normally it has this slide on it, okay, which is the factory slide. But a company sent me this slide, okay? And it's actually really cool because it utilizes an island barrel and it's ported. It kind of looks like what you would find on a higher end 2011 pistol. And it's milled out for an optic. It has fiber optic sights. I mean, it's really, really a cool upper, but it only goes on a Glock Gen 4, which my wife has a Gen 4. I have a Gen 5 and a Gen 3. So I have to use her, so I know it's cute, it's pink, okay? But I gotta say, it looks good. It looks good. I was excited about this one. And because it's milled out for a red dot, I thought, once again, I'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone and take this bad boy to the range, which is the Aimwin PN320, which I have into the channel for review. I was like, you know what? This thing looks and feels like it's going to be quality. Let's pop this bad boy on it, and let's just go to the range, and I can use some footage for both things. You know, that would be sweet and nice, right? Of course it would be nice. Oh, gosh. It's not. It does. Oh, gosh. Okay. So I spent all morning filming the unboxings of both these products and the explanations of what I'm going to do. And I get to the range, and I start off trying to review the red dot first because I needed to get it zeroed. And then I realized that the way this is milled out doesn't allow for the red dot to fit flush, like it's too tight. I tried installing my actual Trijicon RMR and the Osight X. I took both these to the range just in case, and they don't fit on it either. It's a little bit out of spec, okay? So I made a video explaining all this to the company, and the company that sent me this has tried to develop a relationship with me. I've reviewed one of their firearms in the recent past, and this is how I have to grow the channel, right? But I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because I want to cultivate relationships with firearms manufacturers and other people. But of course, if I make a video, being honest, if I have a problem with their product and go, this didn't work, it's going to piss them off. But if I lie to you and make a video where I don't show what the problems were, let them fix it, address it, or whatever, I've lied to you, and I don't have journalistic integrity, okay? So I made a video about the other issues too, which, by the way, I had lots of issues with this. So not just the red dot not fitting flush, so I couldn't zero it. The first rounds through this were okay, but I had some erratic ejections. And I was wondering why this company decided to go with the Gen 4 Glock over the Gen 3, which most other companies that make Glock clones and stuff go with the Gen 3, or the latest Gen 5s. But they went with the Gen 4s. And if you remember when the Gen 4s came out, they had issues with the recoil spring, especially the guns chambered in 9mm, because they decided to go from a single recoil spring to a double recoil spring. And a lot of people are like, well, that's pretty stupid. You don't need that for 9mm. But eventually they got the problems ironed out, okay? They had to change spring weights, and now they work fine in the Gen 4s and Gen 5s, okay? Not really a big deal. So I was thinking to myself, okay, so they got this, which I don't think is OEM. Maybe it is. And I was like, okay, maybe it's too sprung. Don't know. And by the way, I was using hollow points, 147 grain and 115 grain Winchester white box. So I was using factory loaded ammo, stuff designed for the range, various weights, erratic ejections. Okay. Then as the tests progressed, I began to have failures to extract. So what would happen would be, I would be shooting, bang, the gun would cycle and then get caught like halfway because it would try to pick up the next round, but there was a casing that was not fully extracted from the chamber. It would bind the whole action up. I would just have to drop the magazine, open the action, the spent casing would fall out, I could reload, get it back in action. So now I'm thinking, okay, so I have problems with the extractor. Weak extractions, something like that. Maybe that's what's giving me the weak ejections. And then I started to notice that the gun was sticky on reset. So I would fire the gun, slide would cycle, and it would like stick, and I couldn't really shoot it fast. Now I cannot duplicate this issue here in the garage. I've discovered that when the magazines are loaded, that's when the problem happens. So the upward pressure on this slide is causing it. And eventually towards the end of, or before I actually gave up, the gun wasn't resetting. The gun would cycle, it would load the next round, but the trigger would not reset. And so the only thing I can think of is the upward pressure of the rounds in the magazine are causing the slide to maybe move up a little bit, and the part of the striker that comes down into the lower that catches on the cruciform sear engagement surface is either too short or out of spec, and it slips. And I started to notice that there is these like weird wear marks on the cruciform that I just don't think it's catching. Sometimes it would, sometimes it wasn't, but it's not like the gun was like going into full auto or anything. So it would cycle, it wouldn't catch that disconnector or the sear engagement and hold the striker back. So I made a video, and actually it's on my camera, and I have to go send it to the company. But right now I'm just frustrated beyond belief because I made an unboxing video where I showed the installation of this on this, assuming that this thing was going to run, because as it sits here on the workbench, it just runs. Like there's no problem. It feels great. It looks great. No issues. So now I have to go back to the range and I have to refilm this probably on the Walther PDP. So now I got to do that. And I'm thinking to myself, do I refilm the opening or do I just go to the range, use the PDP, then make the video where I say, oh, you see, I'm using a different gun. Well, here's what happened, because the review is of this and not the gun. So I can easily change that out, just do all the tests again, and just drop a little note saying that I had to change guns for the review. I think that's what I'm going to do for this. But I have to go back and spend all my time filming that again. Yeah, I'm frustrated. Oh, I spent like an hour and a half trying to get this thing to run. Yeah. And now I have to see what this company is going to say, because I don't want to piss them off, because as I said, I want my channel to grow, and it would be really cool to develop relationships with companies because I can get early access to things and do those reviews that do draw a lot of eyes to the channel. But I have to be honest, and I'm not going to waver from that. I'm not. I can't. I cannot waver from that. So when I do the video on this, if I do the complete video, I have to show the opening with the problems. So I told the company in the video I made for them, listen, if you want me to send this back to you, the slide, I will. So you guys can check it. I listed all the problems, and I'm going to insert the videos from the range that shows the issues I was having. And if they want to send me another one, they can. And if they can fix it, let me know what the problem is. But I can't do it as a fresh start. Meaning, like, I can't get this slide again, a new one, and then act like it's brand new. Because I had issues with it. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I know this is kind of a stupid, boring video, but I warned you, it's a behind-the-scenes video. It's a behind-the-scenes video. Because I spend so many hours out here, and my time is limited. I try my very best to be as efficient as possible. My kids call it the efficiency meter, and they know when my efficiency meter gets pegged. So I even made like a little list of the videos that I had to. By the way, I even took one of Dee's ARs that I have to the channel. I was going to do like a range report on that and film the also a range report on a silencer. And I was bogged down with this, problems with this, issues with this, coming back here, now having to figure out how I'm going to edit everything, make a coherent video. Have to go back to the range, film this on a different gun. Yeah, I'm frustrated. Okay, so if you're a content creator and do stuff like I do you ever have days like this? Do you ever have frustrations like this? And how do you navigate your integrity? Meaning, like, as I said, I'm telling you guys, if they send another one or they tell me what to do, I'm going to include all the problems I had in the beginning of the video, but I want to give them a chance to fix the problems and then say, hey, this is what they discovered. This is a new slide or the fixed slide or whatever it is, and now it runs great. Because my goal is to always make everything run great. I always want everything to succeed. But man, this thing has problems. It has problems. Failures to extract, weak ejections, erratic ejections. It causes the trigger to have a sticky reset. Sometimes it doesn't reset. And the optics mount is out of spec. I mean, it's just problems all over the place. And I can handle one problem here or there. I can. But man, I'm just frustrated. Oh man, I work so hard at this, and I feel like I wasted an entire day. I wasted an entire day of prime Texas gun vaulting trying to figure this out. So anyway, that's the behind the scenes today. So let me know what you guys think, and if you ever have issues like this at home. You know, in my experience reviewing guns, and I've reviewed a lot of guns and shot a lot of guns, I'm going to tell you that I think overall on the aggregate, guns run like they should 80% of the time. They really do. Really 80% of the time. And it really doesn't matter if it's a cheap gun or a really expensive gun. I always joke that I should be hired. In fact, I'm kind of serious about this. You know, if there's any firearms manufacturers out there watching, and you need to have somebody from an average gun guy's perspective, just do product testing. And I'm not saying do reviews or publish anything, but take a gun to a range. I guarantee you I will find problems with your gun. Not because I'm looking. I just run the gun like a normal human being. I mean, I've had problems with B&Ts. I've had problems with this. I've had problems with Glocks. And when I publish my results in my videos, people will tell me, well, that's not the way mine runs great. I'm like, I get it. Your DB15, Diamondback 15, is the greatest AR-15 of all time, and it rivals a Knight's armament, and you can shoot to 1,000 yards. This one sucks. It's overgassed. The trigger's terrible, and I don't know what you want me to do. Okay? But if you're a firearms company and you just need to have product testing done, not by people that are going to shill for you, let me know, because I will find a problem. And I want every gun. I always go into every review, every video, hoping it's going to run great, because it makes me look like a better reviewer, a better shot. And I hate having to be the bearer of bad news. Everyone thinks I'm like some type of negative Nancy, and I'm not. But guns run right 80% of the time. 80% of the time, the guns run like they should. But even on high-end, like a 2011s, I'll be like, what's up with these erratic ejections? Or what's up with with this one flyer. You know, I did this precision B&T rifle review recently. You guys probably saw it, the APR 308. And I had flyers with it. I have a great group, 1 round over here. Great group, 1 round over here. And I had to publish my results. And I have friends at B&T, and I know that people from B&T watch my videos. And I have to be honest with everyone else. Like, this is what happened. I'm so sorry. But I don't know. But then I'm like, I like it when other people say they have the same problems that I do, because it makes me feel like I'm not alone. But I guarantee you, I will find a problem with a gun. If you have a design problem, a manufacturing problem, an out of spec problem, just let me take it to the range. I don't do torture tests. I don't try to make the guns fail. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to have some fun with this. I'm going to shoot it at 10 yards, 25 yards from the bench, shoot it fast, blah, blah, blah. I guarantee I'll find a problem with it. And I find a problem with everything. I'm like, why isn't it running right? Why can't I mount the optic to this stupid slide? How hard is that to make? Oh, man. Okay, so that's it. Rant over. Behind the scenes. That's it. So now I have to go inside, edit some videos, decide what I'm going to do with these things and what the next step is, and find some time to go back to the range. I don't think I'm going to go back to the range tonight. I don't think I am. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll move this red dot to the PDP and get it over with. I don't know. Don't know. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if you're a content creator, ever have frustrations like this. And if not, welcome to the world of creating firearms content. This is the stuff you don't see on the big channels. They're not going to show you this and what actually goes into creating it. So if you watched to the end of this video, obviously the word of the day is frustration. Frustration is the word of the day because I am frustrated. So let me know any questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thanks for joining me here in the garage. And as always, thanks for watching.